What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 86.
86 bitches! That's right, I had to interrupt you.
I know, you do it every week. That's why I kind of paused, because I was like, it's coming. It's coming. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Branden. Joining me is my cousin, Luis.
It's definitely coming.
And the dankest
Sorry, wrong show.
And the dankest of the danks, Williamphoenix.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
As always, if you are joining us for the first time or the 86th time, we are a weekly movie podcast where we talk about movie news. We review one movie altogether, and then at the end of the show, we review 3 individual movies. So, Luis, take it away, buddy.
Yes. So today I want to go into the movies that are streaming on the streaming networks for December, because why not start off this month with everything that will be coming out? Because fuck yeah, we all want to know what's actually coming. And honestly, Netflix and Amazon, they suck at advertising what movies are actually coming to their streaming networks. That's why I think this as like a service to everybody so they could actually see what's coming out. The first thing, Netflix, is the whole series of Austin Powers, Gold Member International, and The Spy Who Shagged Me. Which, I like the first one. That's it.
You know what just dropped this past week, too, which it's a guilty pleasure, and I'm probably going to binge watch it at some point.
What?
The last season of Fuller House dropped.
Oh, they that show's ending?
Yeah, this is the last season. They announced it last year.
Oh, okay. Was it because of Aunt Becky going to jail for the college scandal?
No, it's because it sucks.
No. She's not a man, so she doesn't ruin her career by doing a scandal, you know?
Oh God.
Well, apparently it doesn't matter if you're a man or not, because Michael Vick is right back in the limelight in the NFL, so, there's that.
But look at what's her face, the one that's on The Crown now that was abusing Johnny Depp. What's her name?
I know you're talking
about. Nobody talked about that. Nobody said a single thing.
No. There is a huge petition and a huge following out there that they do not want her in Aquaman 2. They want her kicked out of that movie.
Is she the one that plays
Mara? Yes,
Mara? Yeah.
It's Mara. Like, they do not want her in it because of all these allegations and videos and everything that has come out in the limelight. They're like, we don't want her to be part of Aquaman 2 anymore. So as of right now, I don't know if she's still cast in it or what's going on. I think it's very much still in pre-production because DC likes to, pump out movies every 10 years.
That's not true. It's not that bad.
I mean,
no. They drop a good movie every 10 years, which is a different
story. Yes, I could totally see that.
Can we just get Christopher Nolan back and just have him pay him like $1 billion and be like, just direct every DC?
I don't want him to do more comic book movies. I want him to do good movies like Inception and all these other ones.
Dark Knight was amazing.
I love how you say good movies, but
the Dark Knight trilogy was the best thing that happened to DC. Like, it revived Batman.
100% it is, but I don't want him to do any more comic book movies. I want him to do good, intellectual movies that actually push boundaries instead of this shit.
But think of it this way.
Dark Knight is in my top 5 of all time.
Wait.
I will never critique that movie because it's fucking gorgeous and amazing. But
think of it.
I want him to do better films, things that are more intellectually
he can do both.
Stuff like that.
He can definitely do both. He doesn't have to, it's not like they're going to pump out 20 DC movies a year. Even if you do two superhero movies a year, that still leaves you time to do other movies.
No,
but wouldn't it be interesting to see Christopher Nolan touch a superhero, let's say Superman?
He already
Not like that.
Oh,
you
Mr.
guys
Nolan,
suck.
You're my kryptonite.
You guys suck. No, but for real, if Christopher Nolan did a movie on Superman or Wonder Woman, wouldn't it be cool to see his take on a superhero that actually has powers?
Actually,
interesting.
Yes, but okay, you know what? Let me flip the script real quick. So forget Christopher Nolan because yes, Lewis says he wants him to do good movies.
Inception, freaking things that push the envelope forward.
Interstellar and all that shit.
Interstellar, Dunkirk. Oh my god,
Okay.
Dunkirk.
So
Yeah, Dunkirk
since
is
they were able to kill it with their superhero movie, forget Nolan. Let's go to Patty Jenkins. Have Patty Jenkins do every DC movie from here on out.
True.
Who's Patty Jenkins?
The director
She directed
of
Wonder Woman.
I'm good with that.
I mean, look what she did for Wonder Woman. Imagine if she's given the reins. Like they're like, okay, you know what?
But also, I want to
redo
see her
Justice
stretch
League.
her wings and actually do something else, too.
That's why she's gonna do Batman. Batman's got wings. But no, like
very
Like,
Hulk wings.
I feel like, you know, with DC, it's like let's
Glide.
get all
He
these
doesn't
different
fly.
directors and, you know, see what they do, and then it's like get one director and be like, okay, you want to do what the MCU did? That's great. Give it to one director, see what they do, and you know what I mean. Like, and Jenkins, like, she did the only.
It would be
in the
beneficial to have a
whole midst-
producer that's like that,
that too.
not a
Like,
director.
do like a team. You know what I mean? Do like
That would be
a
good.
team where
That would be beneficial, but also at the same time, I don't want them grabbing like a Spielberg, like a fucking Nolan, or any of these.
well, at least you know
directors.
Scorsese will never be one of them.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
All right. We totally got off subject.
Yes.
Other than Austin Powers trilogy.
Oh yeah, what else?
What are
That's oh God, that's where we are in the show. All right.
Yes.
So, December 1st already dropped Malcolm X as well.
Okay.
Searching for Sugarman, which if you've never seen is a fucking phenomenal movie. Have either one of you seen it?
No.
No.
They suck.
I've never even seen Malcolm X.
I'm generally not laughing at you, Lewis. I really am not. You said Malcolm X, and for some reason I thought it was a spin-off of Malcolm in the Middle. I just slept for like 11 hours, and I woke up, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't know how I feel right now, and just like my mind's like, Malcolm X, I don't remember that being part of Malcolm in the Middle, and I went, wow. my own head went, wow, as the other head's going, where's Frankie Muniz on this one?
I've actually never seen Malcolm X.
What?
Never seen it, no.
Oh
It's a
my
good movie.
god.
It's a long movie, but it's a good movie.
Oh, that is a phenomenal movie. Also, Fuller House dropped that William was talking
Speak
about.
of the Devil, yeah.
Marriage Story, which is the newest Noah Baumbach film.
Wait. Random question for Fuller House. Do the Olsen twins ever show up in the show? Just say yes.
So far, no.
Okay, cool. Go on.
But I
Lewis.
don't think they're gonna make an appearance in the last season.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Plus, have you seen them lately?
No, they look like mummies.
They belong more on The Nun than they do in Fuller House.
Go on.
They
Lewis.
look like Michael Jackson.
Did you see for Halloween, Neil Patrick Harris and his husband actually cosplayed the Olsen twins?
Oh my god.
Lewis, you carry on. I'm gonna bring up the picture and send it to you guys.
Carry on. Outlander season 3 is dropping on December 10th.
That's the Stars show, right?
Yes. From Paris with Love, which is a Woody Allen film. If you haven't seen it, it's a good one.
Is that the one with Owen Wilson?
Yes.
No. Is it?
Hold on. I get too confused with 3 of his films.
No, it is not. Wait, From Paris? Wait, this is Woody Allen?
Yeah.
No. Wait, what's the name of the movie?
From Paris with Love.
That is not a Woody Allen movie, my dude.
It's directed by Woody Allen, right?
No, it is not. It's Pierre Morel.
From Paris with Love? What am I thinking of then?
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God, Lewis is stumbling on his Woody Allen knowledge. Careful there.
This is a movie starring John Travolta.
Oh, whoops. Totally not a Woody Allen movie.
Please, every listener right now, write a very strongly worded email towards Lewis.
You know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys so hard. You know why? All right, 2012, To Rome with Love is the name of the one that I was thinking of. Sorry. My bad. Fucking titles are too close to each other.
Okay, yeah. This one. Gotcha.
Hey, there's one fucking word off in there. One word out of the 4.
Yeah, all it takes is one little mistake to create a whole bunch of havoc.
This is very true.
Yeah, right. Magician season 4 is dropping on December 16th.
Cool. Not gonna watch it.
I love that show. It's really good.
I have yet. There's so many shows that I need to like catch up on, follow up. But I'm still on season 1, episode 1 of oh my god, what's the one with the Winchester and the guys? Supernatural.
Supernatural?
Yeah. Supernatural has been on my list for like years, and yet every time I go to start it, I go to Netflix and they're like, "Here's a new show," and I'm like, "Okay," and I start watching that one, and I completely forget about Supernatural. So yeah, eventually, maybe one day.
So this month is definitely going to be the highlight of this month for me for Netflix. Besides Marriage Story from Noah Baumbach, is
Are they opening the Tolkien fucking vault or something?
Lost in Space season 2.
Still have yet to watch season 1.
That's dropping this month?
Yes, the 24th of December, so on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Nice.
So is that another show that you're going to be watching, William?
Well, I've seen season 1.
Okay,
so I will probably end up watching it in... I have to watch it in, like, segments. I can't binge watch it because it's one of those, like, it's a good show, but I tend to fall asleep. I need to get tested for narcolepsy.
I was about to say the same goddamn thing. I was like, bro, get
like, it doesn't matter whether it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening. It's like I start watching something and then I'm like,
dude,
and then have to, like,
William is like your grandfather that just sits on a chair and falls asleep anywhere.
Pretty much.
That's William.
Yeah, I remember when we watched Tolkien, all we heard was this snoring, and we kept throwing.
Hey! Do you remember Tolkien? I took a 5 a.m. flight from New York into fucking Orlando, got picked up at the airport. We got to your place. What did we do? We changed, went to MegaCon.
Yeah,
was a MegaCon for like 4 or 5 hours, and then we finally went. And I told you, I'm like, the moment I sit, I'm going to fall asleep. My body
literally
is going to be
the
like,
moment he
nap time.
sat, he fell asleep and started snoring within 5 minutes. It was hilarious.
I made it past the opening credits.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, man, he told you though.
No, I'm just giving him shit because I had to.
What's funny is that, like, I went, like, my cosplay for that day was like the Orlando Easter Bunny that got into a fight. So there's this dude with, like, I look like I got into a huge fight. My costume is like all tattered and like I got like bandages and stuff, and I'm like half asleep and like I literally ended up looking like I got like a homeless man. It was fucking great.
Yeah, it really was great.
But on the plus side, I had already seen it, so I didn't really miss it. I just,
Oh, so you had seen Tolkien?
It was fun.
I had seen it because my girlfriend wanted to go see it, and I was like, all right.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you see, your girlfriend is cultured and appreciates true cinema.
Go on, Lewis. Go on.
The movie.
Amazon Prime, December 1st, we got Almost Famous, which is one of my favorite films.
Did you just stroke out while you were saying Almost Famous?
Almost
famous. I was like,
Almost famous. It sounded like me when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, pretty
Get
much.
off my lawn!
I'm dying. Oh, God.
Throwing the shoe. Throwing the sandalia. That's definitely what I'm doing. So, Footloose is also dropping.
Which
Hamlet,
version?
Yeah, which one?
1984 one.
Gotcha.
Okay, the good version.
The real one.
The real one.
Fuck the other one. Hamlet 1990 is actually dropping on there too, which is a pretty good one.
Is that the Mel Gibson one?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I hate to stump you like that. It's just like,
No, you
there's
don't.
Many Hamlets out there that I'm like, which one am I getting into?
We all know that you love when you say something to Lewis and he trips up on his words and he doesn't know. I think you get a kick out of it, William. Don't lie.
Not really. I only get a kick out of it. I only get a kick out of it when it's like Tolkien related, and he stumps on it, and I'm like,
Samara just messaged me as it's like, he lies. I loved Tolkien.
It's Tolkien.
Oh, God.
So yeah, called out, William. Called out by your girlfriend.
Block your ass from her phone. Like, why is Lewis not on my phone? I don't know.
Aviator is dropping as well, 2004 film, which is fucking glorious.
Wasn't that
really
already
long.
on Netflix?
Nope. It was on Netflix for a while, but it's on Amazon
We've
Prime.
moved to Amazon now.
God, okay.
Yeah.
I totally. I guess I disconnected from this segment already because I don't
Probably.
remember Lewis ever saying we're going on to Amazon Prime now.
He did it very quickly and moved on.
Okay.
And it was right before the movie before Hamlet was the first one that was
Gotcha.
part of
Thank
this
you.
list.
Thank you.
Yeah. Available December 13th. Bumblebee, the latest Transformers.
Cool.
Yeah, it's finally getting on there, which is good.
Okay.
Because
It was a good reboot. I liked it.
That was the best Transformer movie we've gotten. So yeah,
I don't know. The first Transformer movie wasn't bad.
it was pretty bad.
It was okay.
The second one, The Expanse season 4, which I don't know if either of you have seen this, but if you enjoyed the selection that I just did for this week's episode, then you will definitely enjoy The Expanse.
So, ironically, I own the first book of The Expanse series.
Really?
I do. I've actually never finished it, but what I did read, it's really good science fiction. But just know what you're getting yourself into, because all the books are like...
It's heavy.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 books. They're all like close to 1,000 pages. It's
heavy material.
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely... But it's really good.
That's what I
have a friend of mine that's read most of the books, and he's like, it is an incredible series.
And the show is really good, too.
Yeah, I've never seen the show.
The show is really good. And
it
keeps that dense nature to it.
Yeah.
Imagine if Star Trek actually explored more of the concepts that they're supposed to, and they kind of hinted at, but they never did. Like, they do like the concepts for one episode, and then they move on to the next. They grab some of those concepts and they make it like a whole series full of those concepts. That's what they do.
There's like a couple of Star Trek fans that are just up in arms right now, like, you son of a bitch.
Well, no, because I love the Star Trek concept, but they only have it for one episode and then it's done.
I know.
Like, I just saw this Voyager episode that talks about the fucking hollow Earth theory, and I was like, oh my god, I want more of this. Give me more of that.
You're actually watching Voyager now?
Oh yeah, dude. I've been watching it like slowly but surely because I'm taking my time with it. But yeah, because it's 7 seasons, so it's long. But
yeah.
I'm already on season 4, and
of course you are.
Fucking enjoyable, dude.
Of course you are.
This man doesn't sleep, dude. Like, my man is halfway through a show that has 22 episodes in a season around there. They're all an hour long. On top of that, he was watching a 75-episode show, Gargoyles, another 75-episode show, Star Wars Rebels. How do you function? What do you do?
I watched 8 movies in between that too.
Oh my god, what?
This week I watched 12 movies total.
Dude.
And he's in a relationship.
I know!
Let's not forget that part.
Yeah, so I recently met his girlfriend, and like, dude, is it like... Is your dates just consisting of let's stay home and just binge watch films?
Well, thanks to William, sometimes yes. God damn it!
What the hell did I do?
She's taking it upon herself to make me sit through the movies that you recommend or that you've watched, and I'm like,
I recommend Harry Potter movies 1 through 7, including especially rewatching 1 and 2. Very long, very detailed.
She will
watch
not
the
win on
extended cut. Huh?
There's an extended cut of that shit?
Well, yeah, all the deleted scenes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
At least it's not a 4-hour movie.
The half rendered, because the movie's already half rendered, so then there's half rendered scenes that they added to those first 2 movies. Jesus. What are we going to see? Nintendo 64 effects? Jesus. So the last one that I want to bring up, December 31st. Man on the Moon, which is a fucking amazing Jim Carrey film. And yes, it's definitely an enjoyable one.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all I have.
Did you guys see the new trailer for Mulan?
I saw pieces of it.
It is so good.
Did they? Okay, I didn't see the entire trailer. Did they show
good.
Mushu?
There is no Mushu. There's no Mushu. There's no cricket. You have to remember, and there's no
Really?
music. Like no music. There's no songs. This movie is shot in true Chinese style fashion. So like the Chinese don't really do musicals. They don't really do like the supernatural stuff in movies. So especially like in what could be considered like a biopic. So like it's literally shot like you're watching like imagine watching The Last Samurai.
Okay.
With Tom Cruise. It's like in feudal. I know it's in feudal Japan. It's different countries, but it's like that. Yes, there's still the magical aspect because we find out this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. Like the hawk that you see like in the cartoon is actually a witch that transforms into like she can be both humanoid.
That's why there was like there was a lady that was definitely bad in the trailer, and I was like, wait, did they make the bad guy like?
So there's basically like two bad guys. There's the leader of the Huns, and his hawk, which is actually a witch. Which, like, when she turns human, it's great because, like, the way that, like, like a Transformers when like Optimus becomes a robot. You look around and be like, oh, that's where the windows are. That's where the back. It's the same way. Like her fingers all have like talons attached to them. Like it's not actually her, fingers. But the jewelry is of talons, which obviously represents her feet. Like she's got like this necklace which comes down like in a gold V, which is like the beak. It's very well done. It's incredibly well done. And like they took the songs and made them more into a score than just the song. So you hear like the melody in the background. You just don't have like people singing and dancing and whatnot. But
that's awesome. I didn't know they were doing that. That actually makes me intrigued a lot more, and
that actually makes me less intrigued.
Wow! Can never please have number one.
No, it's fine. But okay, but also, for any of the listeners and you guys, you should know I don't watch live action Disney movies, so. I don't think anything was gonna make me want to go to the theater and watch Mulan. I love Mulan, like the original movie, but I don't think, bro. For fuck's sake, I didn't even go see the live action Beauty and the Beast, and that's my favorite Disney movie. I don't think anything is gonna make me go to a theater to watch a live action. Disney.
Have you seen the live action Lady and the Tramp?
Not yet, no.
On Disney Plus?
Not yet, no.
I have not seen it yet, but I know it is definitely on the top of my list because. I want to support how they went about it, which I don't know if you guys know or not.
They're rescue animals.
It's all rescue animals. None of them are like, bought or what. And the fact that they went and they did that, like, it has my support. And obviously, the more people watch it, the more support it gets.
Hopefully, I have it queued up.
Disney do not make a sequel. Just leave it as is. This was great. Go do Balto or something. Balto needs to see live action. There's a lot more.
Balto.
Balto.
All right. Any closing statements before I close the segment out?
I'm actually interested in watching Mulan now. Thank you, William.
Hey.
You're welcome.
You sold me when they said that it's actually going to be appropriately cultured instead of this bullshit like Pocahontas
whitewashing shit.
Yeah.
All right. On that,
completely butchering a story that should have been different.
On that note, stay tuned at this quick break when we come at you with our new, not so new segment, the movie bucket list. Cue the drums.
Da 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 da.
Alright guys, welcome back for our new, not so new segment, the movie bucket list. This is where William chooses from these posters that he got from aliens that came down, and they gifted these magical posters to him.
We got aliens involved now, that's great. Yes.
With 100...
It's like Indiana Jones 4.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is.
I said it. So they gifted these posters to William, and William surprises Lewis and myself every week with one film, and we debate amongst ourselves if it should or should not be on this magical list. So, William, what's the movie this week, bud?
So this week you may actually you may like the category, you may not like the movie because it seems like it's one of those like go-to movies, but I mean there's fair points behind it.
I'm scared now. I'm really scared.
Well, no, like the category is anime.
Woo!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Fucking weebs.
I'm turning everybody into a weeb. Everybody.
Not I.
He's about to shut down real fast. Watch this. So, out of every anime ever made in the world, in the history of anime, and even I know this, and I've never seen this movie, but I know that it's anime because that's how well.
Actually, hold on. Before you go there, before you say the name, Branden, William, what would be an anime movie that you would want on the list?
Oh,
the entire series of Knights of Zodiac.
No, a movie.
Just choose.
You can make it one big long movie.
Shit. I'm gonna go with Akira. Yeah, Akira. Yeah.
Wow, we literally came in at the same time with that one.
I would say Princess Mononoke.
The synergy, baby. The synergy. That's an incredible movie, Lewis. I love Prince. I think that's the first Ghibli film I ever saw, actually.
That's the first one I saw too.
Yeah, because I went to Blockbuster back in the 90s, and I saw this.
I think you made me watch it, actually.
I don't know. I do remember, like, my grandmother would take me to this Blockbuster right by our house a lot, and
yeah, the one that I worked at.
Yeah, the one on Flagler. You worked at that? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And the internet was in the very early stages, so I just see this really cool like cover, and I'm like, what is that? And I rented it, and then here we are.
And then we lost into the weebs.
No, I was definitely into anime before that because I'd already been watching like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, all that good shit. So yeah, so sorry. William, what is the movie?
So it is Spirited Away.
Woo! That's a banger. That's a straight banger.
Oh, okay.
Is it my favorite Ghibli film? No. Is he?
Dude, every time you say that word, the only thing I can think of is Jigglypuff, and I just want to laugh every time. Because I'm thinking of Jigglypuff sitting there fucking drawing out animes and then presenting it to you, and if you don't like it, they just get all like pissed off and like smack you with it.
So,
I don't know.
I used to say Ghibli, and then I heard somebody say Ghibli, so I'm like, all right, cool, must be Ghibli. Then I must be an uncultured swine, and I've been saying it wrong my entire life. So here we are. So this
I think it's a beautiful movie, dude. It really is a beautiful movie, and it kind of I think the reason that they put it on the bucket list is because it's one of those that it's the gateway drug to anime. It's something that a Western audience could actually appreciate and enjoy. Princess Mononoke is less accessible. Akira is less accessible, I think, to an American audience.
Yes, definitely. I will agree with you there.
This transcends that very much, like Ran did in the 80 and 85 when it was nominated for Best Foreign Picture. It's that Japanese culture that can actually be translated to an American Western audience.
I'm gonna somehow make you guys watch. Unfortunately, this is on no streaming network, but somehow I'm gonna get it to you guys. It's this movie. It's an anime film called Your Name, or Kimi no Nawa in Japanese.
I was looking about getting the digital copy to that.
That is
it was on sale for a little bit.
That is a beautiful movie. It is actually the highest-grossing animated film of all time, of like an anime. I saw it in theaters when it came out like two years ago. It's a beautiful movie. I honestly think you would like it.
I think so.
Yeah. What was that, William?
I said I did this to myself.
No. So going back to Spirited Away, it's also a special movie because it got nominated. I think it is the first anime film to be nominated for an Academy Award, which it won, which is for Best Animated Feature.
Yes.
So that's insane. I don't think up until this point, anime was never looked upon as like highly as like when this film came out. So
I think it does have. I personally enjoy this movie because it has a lot of the elements of Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is a little bit more spiritual, ironically,
Yes.
than Spirited Away. It
Not
follows
the
more
movie
into
I
the.
thought it was.
wait, which movie? This one?
Yeah, like so, like I just looked it up on my phone. And I'm like, I want to see pictures because I said, I've never seen Spirited Away.
Okay.
This is the one with like the guy with like all dressed in black with the white mask.
Yeah,
that,
no
like,
no
you
face.
coin, but
Yeah.
yeah, but if you take his coin, then
Yes.
like you die or something,
Yes.
right?
Basically,
Okay.
it's about a little girl. I forget her name. Chihiro. There we go. That her they go in. She's like on this. She's moving with her parents, and they basically stop off at this like market, but it's like abandoned, and they keep going in and further in, and then her parents, basically turn into pigs.
Yeah.
And she starts basically she's stuck in this like bathhouse, working in this bathhouse where there's like all these like I guess monsters, for lack of a better term, and stuff like that, and she is trying to figure out a way to change her parents back into humans so that they can leave.
This is also the one that has like that big giant gray and white bunny looking thing.
No, that's another Ghibli film. That's Totoro. My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah.
Okay, so which one's the one with the little girl that's in blue and she rides on a broom?
That's my favorite Ghibli film. That's Kiki's Delivery Service.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch these because I want. Okay. No, I'm not a big anime fan.
Okay.
But I want to at least watch these because it's like one of those. I want to have the knowledge of at least know what I'm talking about or what somebody's talking about while
I think you actually might enjoy some of these, but you're probably gonna have to watch it in 2 sections because you will fall asleep.
So William, I'm gonna give you homework. I think it's still on Netflix. There is a Studio Ghibli film on Netflix. I reviewed it a while back on the show, The Castle of Cagliostro. It's a Lupin the Third film.
Yes, that was actually really good.
You saw it?
Yes.
I
told you. I
of
watched
course
all the
he
movies.
saw it. He watched everything in the review.
Castle Cagliostro is I coming from somebody that, you know, I know who Lupin is because I'm into anime, but I've never really seen Lupin the Third. That's the name of the character or the anime.
Oh wait, the Lupin the Third.
Wait, repeat that.
Movie?
You cut out. I'm sorry because of your connection. William?
Sorry, the Lupin the Third. He's in the movie. Like the movies.
Yes. So,
dude, I grew up on Lupin the Third.
Okay, so Castle of Cagliostro is directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It's actually, people regard it as the first Ghibli film, but not really Ghibli because it's not under the name Ghibli because they hadn't made the studio yet. But it's directed by Hayao Miyazaki that directed Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, My Neighbor Totoro, all that stuff, right? So if you like Lupin the Third, honestly, watch Castle Cagliostro.
It's really good.
Coming from somebody that's never seen Lupin,
really good.
Castle Cagliostro was awesome. It was a ton of fun.
Okay.
A ton of fun. But
I will definitely put it on my to-do list, and I'll get around to it at some point. Hopefully, if not by the next episode, the one after.
Awesome.
I'll give myself like a 2-week
awesome.
window, and then I'll get back to you on that
Awesome.
and let you know.
Cool. So going back to Spirited Away, I do agree with Lewis. I think it's one of the most accessible anime films. You could definitely show this to like your parents, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is a neat film," you know?
Yeah, it's something that it will get kids into Japanese culture, and it will start that exploration of actually asking questions, the proper questions that need to be asked about a different culture and stuff like that. And this definitely, I think it does deserve to be on the list, but I would probably put it in the 70s just because I don't think that it has that masterpiece of cinema like a lot of other films will, but it has that impact, and it is a fucking gorgeous film.
It is. I agree with Lewis. I think it definitely should be on the list. For what it did for anime, that it brought it to the forefront. For Christ's sakes, it was nominated and won an Academy Award, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Is it my personal, my favorite Ghibli film? No.
Same.
But I do think that it's very important, and I definitely think that it should be on the list as a gateway drug, quote unquote, to other anime films in Ghibli, and not only in Ghibli, like Akira and other stuff. So, yeah, I would put it in the 60s, like 50s, 60s range. Definitely.
Okay. So I will say this. Obviously, I can't base my opinion on the movie itself, having never seen it. But I will say this. The fact that I've never seen it, but I heard of it, I've seen pictures, I've seen people cosplay it.
Yeah,
obviously,
a million times.
Like a million times. Like, and I know better. Like, even having never seen the movie, I know that when Ghostface is there and they offer you chocolate coins, you don't take the chocolate coin. You're like, no, thank you. Love the cosplay. Moving on. I will say that it does belong on this list because if you've never seen anime but you know of the movie already, you know some of the characters. Obviously, it's got like that big of a following. It's that strong and that well known that even people that are like, I'll never see it, I'll never watch it, but I know what it is.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z of movies for Japanese. Pretty
much. You know what I mean? It's like, do you watch anime? Yeah, name one anime you've seen. Everybody pretty much is gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But
sorry,
I won't put it like on a scale because having not seen it, that's where it wouldn't be fair, it wouldn't be right. But I will say that it belongs on this list somewhere.
So I'm gonna take back what I said. The Castle Cagliostro is not regarded as the first Ghibli film. It's the first film directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and then Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. That's the one that is regarded as the first Ghibli film.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It was Castle Cagliostro is his first movie that he ever directed, and then Nausicaa that he also directed is regarded as the first Ghibli film, even though it's not under the banner. So
Nausicaa is the one that has that very like blue poster, right?
That's the one where the girl's like on a glider. It's very Save the Planet kind of shit. Yeah. That's Nausicaa. So yeah. Honestly, if you've never seen Spirited Away, go watch it. It's a phenomenal film, and hopefully, it makes you curious to see other anime films and other Ghibli films. So yeah.
Gateway.
Yeah, gateway drug. I don't think it's streaming on anything.
I'm looking it up now, just in case.
So that's funny. I was just thinking to myself.
It may be.
It's funny. I was thinking to myself that the DVDs and the Blu-rays are distributed by Disney, but so does that mean that they could be on Disney Plus?
They can. I don't know why they're not. I was hoping that Studio Ghibli would be on it, but apparently not.
Damn. Well, maybe. Hopefully one day we get we get the Ghibli catalog on Disney Plus, because that would be phenomenal. Because I think other than buying the films, there's literally no other way of watching Ghibli films unless they're on Netflix, which I doubt they are.
So the only thing that it looks like, as of December of last year, that this may have changed, Spirited Away was screen grab via YouTube.
Yeah, so
I guess like you gotta go on YouTube, but you gotta pay for it on YouTube.
That sucks.
Yeah, I found this article that said the 12 best anime movies every fan should see and where to stream them.
Yeah, it's not streaming on anything. I just checked Just Watch, and it doesn't have it on anything.
Akira, Paprika.
Paprika's a great movie, by the way. That's what
Perfect Blue.
Paprika is what Inception is based off of. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know that.
No,
Grave of the Fireflies. No.
Grave of the Fireflies.
A fucking depressing
it's
movie.
really good, but it's the most depressing shit you'll ever watch in your life. So just be mentally prepared for what you're getting yourself
and
into.
Spirited Away, Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, we saw
that
Ninja Scroll.
Familiar.
Yeah, we saw that one.
All right. The Boy and the Beast.
Haven't seen it, but it's on my list.
First of the North Star.
Fist.
Wait, what are you reading off?
Fist.
Oh, sorry. Fist of the North Star. It's on dailydoc.com. I literally put Spirited Away streaming, and then this was like the first thing that popped up, and I was like, maybe this will tell me. Vampire Hunter D. Also, I actually watched Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, that's...
And then I watched the show.
That's his little thing where he goes crazy and he hits them in their pressure points and they blow up.
Wow.
The thing is, like, again, it's one of those things that when I watched it, it was dubbed in French. But they gave, like, all the voices were very manly. They were very, So when I moved here and I watched a few episodes in the original language and in English as well, I'm like, what the hell? Like even Goku was like very manly in French.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I'm Goku, blah blah blah. And he's like, hi, I'm Goku. It's like, did your balls not drop yet? Like,
dude, the same thing when I used to watch Dragon Ball Z in Spanish. Remember?
Dude, they would put it on like Telemundo and shit.
Yeah. Uncut. It was the only way you could watch it uncut.
Yes. Yeah.
And we used to watch that all the time, and the voice was so much better for Goku. So much better.
You going back to Fist of the North Star, you haven't seen that meme. It's a couple, like a year or two old at this point, Lewis. The one where it's in Japanese. He goes, "Omae wa mushinderu," which is basically he says to the guy, "You're already dead," and then the guy says "Nani," which is what, and then he blows up. You haven't seen that shit? No. Because basically he hits him in the pressure points, and then he's like, "Haha, you haven't done shit to me," and then the guy's like, "You're already dead," and then the guy goes, "What?" and he just fucking blows up.
so it's kind of like when you're going to oh my god, what's his name? Kill Ted? No, not Kill Ted. Kill Bill. Wow.
Kill Ted.
I'm telling you, I'm so out of it today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like when she hits the guys in the
Kill
pressure
Bill when
points.
she hits it, and then like he just stumbles away into the backyard and then just dies, exploding heart.
But of course, it's anime, so they
32
have to
point hit exploding heart technique.
But it's anime, so they have to make it super fucking ridiculous and over the top, so like the people legitimately blow up.
Yeah, where he's constipated for half an episode before he blows up.
No. This is
that's Dragon Ball. Right idea. Different anime. The last three on the list are Wicked City.
Never seen it.
Colorful.
Never seen it.
And Your Name.
Your Name is. I'm telling you, Your Name is an incredible movie. So, I would definitely love you guys to watch that movie because it's one of those films like Spirited Away that I think transcends anime. I think you can show Your Name to anybody, even if they don't like anime, and I think they would enjoy it. Honestly.
Sweet.
Yeah. So maybe in the future we could talk about it or something. I haven't seen it since I watched it in theaters, but from what I remember, I honestly really enjoyed it.
Did you watch the dubbed or the
subbed?
Subbed.
Honestly, like I'm not like an elitist or anything per se, but I do prefer it subbed. If I can watch an anime subbed, unless for some odd reason I watched it dubbed first, then I'll watch it dubbed. But yeah. But I'm not like against it. I'm not like I know people that are like I cannot watch dubbed to save my life because I need to have it in its most pure form, and I'm like that's a little bit too much. It's like, all right, chill out.
See, to me, anime the first time around anyway, I'd like to watch it dubbed.
Yeah.
Especially because so I can pay more attention to what's happening instead of like
reading,
not understanding the language. Reading the subtitles. I mean, like, I've been watching closed caption movies since I got to the States, and closed caption's been a thing. So I'm used to it, but it's different when you can hear the language you understand and read it at the same time while you're watching. When you have absolutely no idea what is going on, it's like, to me, just like, I'm like, so, yeah, if I can find it dubbed, that'd be perfect, and then I'll watch it in its original form.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, so stay tuned at this quick break when we come at you live with the main segment of our show, the main review, The Man from Earth. All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show. Live, the main review, The Man from Earth. This is Lewis's pick, streaming on Amazon Prime.
Yep. Leave it to me to give you the existential film to review and discuss, because this is the epitome of what I like in movies. This is the movies that I like. So I'm really excited to hear your opinions on it.
I got back last night from a date with my girlfriend, and I was like, okay, I need to watch Man from Earth, right? So I sit down, I start watching it, and I'm like, what is this? Immediately, I'm like, what is this low-budget, like, shit that I'm watching? And then it just as soon as he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 14,000 years old," I was like, "Okay, all right, this is interesting now." And from then on, I was completely engrossed. I was like, "This is super fucking interesting." The movie is, I wouldn't say slow, but like there's not change of scenery. The entire movie takes place in a house.
Yeah, it's a high concept.
Yeah,
film.
It's definitely for the thinking man, you know. So basically, plot, little synopsis of the film is this guy, John Oldman, is moving.
Pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended. He's moving, and he's a professor at this university, and all his some of his colleagues are helping, and they're telling him like, "Why are you leaving?" You know, and one of them makes a comment that, you know, you haven't aged one bit in the 10 years that he's been living there. And then he basically proceeds to say, fuck it, and he tells them that he is a Cro-Magnon that is 14,000 years old, and he stopped aging at the age of 35.
Yes.
And the entire movie is him talking about parts of his life over the course of 14,000 years, and his colleagues are like, is this man crazy, or is he actually telling us the truth?
Man, it's a star-studded cast, dude. Like, oh my god!
I was happy to see the Candyman. That's always a good favorite.
Tony Todd. And wasn't he great in this movie?
Yes, he was.
Dude, like him with the little yo-yo spinning it every couple minutes. I was like, dude, this is fucking great.
I will say this: there are a couple, like, okay, so as Lewis said last episode, this is written by Jerome Bixby, that is one of the writers of Star Trek.
The main writer
of Star Trek, sorry. And there were some lines in the movie that I'm like, what the fuck did they just say? Like, it's dense, what I'm saying. It's like very... it's
the kind of conversation that you have with people that are educated and are stoners.
No, but it's like way more than educated. These are... Bro, you're in a room with people with PhDs. Like, these people are...
Yeah.
You know, it's like beyond educated, you know?
This is the kind of conversation that you have when you're sitting around a table smoking weed and you're having these kind of like intellectual conversations with people that are actually smart. Yeah, they might not be PhD level, but they'll be talking about things, concepts like this. And it makes you stop and think a lot of times. Like, I love how this film fucks with your mind. It makes you wonder, is he legit or is he not?
I think he's legit. I don't know. I honestly...
And if it wasn't for the last 5 minutes of the film, which I definitely don't want to spoil, I definitely don't even want to talk about it, you don't know whether it's true or not until the last 5 minutes of the film. So, and even then, it's still questionable.
So I want to ask you a question, Lewis. When the other day I messaged you because I finished Star Wars Rebels, and Rebels ends in kind of like an open-ended fashion, and I don't like open-ended. I want closure, and open-ended endings really fuck with me. Like, I'm just like, give me fucking closure. And you were like, oh, then you're not gonna like Man from Earth, and I don't think that this movie has an open ending at all.
You don't think so?
Not at all. No.
I think it does. I think it leaves the question up in the air whether he is or isn't, which is fascinating.
But you find out in the last 5 minutes of the film if he's lying or not.
It's still debatable. It's still debatable because it's not given to you.
Have you seen the sequel, by the way?
Yes, I have. I saw it last night, actually.
How is it?
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's not... It doesn't add anything to the story.
Okay.
Like, this film, I give this like a 9.5. This, for me, is fucking amazing. Like, this sparks so many conversations. And this is actually something that John Reed Adams actually gave me, because this was one of his rare delicacies that he made me sit and watch. So there's a rare delicacy episode with him and I pontificating about what the concept.
Fuck you for using that goddamn word.
That is an appropriate use of pontificating.
What I find really crazy about this movie is that it was distributed peer to peer. So what that means for anyone that doesn't know is basically the creators of this movie put it on a fucking torrenting website.
Yep.
Because they didn't care. They were like, just
Yep.
download the film, watch the movie. I don't care if you're downloading it technically illegally because you're not paying for it.
Well, the funny story behind this film is that it actually was in purgatory, in film production purgatory, for like almost 15 years.
Oh shit.
That's why Jerome Bixby wrote the script. He passed away in, I forgot what year. I think it was
98, I think it was.
98, yeah.
Yeah. 98.
So this was a 2007 film. You could obviously, there is a discrepancy there. The film was written back then. So the film had been circulating since 1992. Okay?
Mhm.
This was written around the same time that he was writing Voyager and Next Gen.
Okay.
And he grabbed this concept because he said that this was his passion project and he wanted this to be made. No studio wanted to touch it because of the concepts of what it did and how it turned the church's belief system against them.
I do think that, like, without spoiling anything, when they do start getting into religion, that's when I think that it's like my least enjoyable part of the movie.
Really? That's the part that captured me 100%. I was like, oh,
Not that
shit.
I didn't enjoy it. I just wanted to know more about his life, quote unquote, than that, you know? So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was fascinating. But hold on a sec. William, what are your thoughts on this? We haven't heard a single peep from you.
It was interesting.
Okay.
It was I don't know, like, part of me wants to see the sequel just to see what they did with it.
Yeah.
And without spoiling the ending, I did like how they give you an answer on whether he was telling the truth or not. But I mean, did I enjoy it?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it.
It was a very So it was a very good topic.
Okay.
It was definitely something that, like, makes you sit and wonder. You know, like, not only is this guy telling the truth, but to me, I was more wondering, what would I do if I realized after a millennia that I can't die? And, like, witnessing again, like, obviously, if you're living through history, you don't know how history is taking. So it's like, you can't say, "Oh, I want to be there when this happens. I want to be there when that happens," because you don't know that it's going to happen. But by the same token, it's like, is this guy immortal? Like, he just can never die? Or is it that ever since he was born, nothing ever happened to him? Like, he never got into a fatal car accident. He was never shot. He was never hung. He was never,
But he says it in the film that he survived a bunch of, like, plagues and like diseases and stuff.
Yeah.
He did. But does that mean that? I mean, like, so did millions of others.
No, but
does
he
that mean
had extra regenerative ability.
Yeah, remember he says it. He's like, I had smallpox, and then
okay.
And then one of his friends is like,
And the plague.
Yeah, and he's like, and one of his friends is like, why don't you have scars? And he's like, I don't scar.
I don't scar because
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's such a simple, crazy concept, and I want to ask you: would you believe him if you were in that room and you were one of his colleagues? Would you believe him?
I would be what's his face? The guy that's joking the whole time.
Oh, the biologist?
Yeah, that would be me. I would be that skeptical asshole that's asking questions but also being comedic about it, because I'm like, dude, this would, like, turn the world over.
Yeah.
If they found out this is the truth. And I love how the woman reacted, because
the old woman was pissing me off. When they got down to, like, the religion part. And she was like, "Oh, don't talk bad about my religion." And I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Because she's like, "Oh, you can't believe you comparing the word of God to, like, the pagan mythology." I'm like, "Bitch, paganism is not mythology. Fuck you."
Well, you heard what Tony Todd and the others said, which was fucking amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were all like, "Yo, chill out, dude." Like, basically, Christianity is based off of, like, there's a bunch of, like, paganism.
Like, they tore apart Christianity.
Yeah,
100%.
They did. I mean, like I'm not going to get into it because you guys know how I feel about everything. I mean, everybody has the right to their religion. Everybody has the right to their own faith and follow whatever. Just don't shove it down each other's throats. but it's those Christians that are like, we're being persecuted and this and that. I'm like, bitch, first of all, you have a stolen fucking religion from like God knows how many other religions that you guys went around the world and took pieces and parts of and made your own religion. If anything, Christianity is one of the newer religions of the world.
It's one of the
compared
newest.
to like Buddhism, compared to the Aztecs, paganism, the Egyptians. Like, shut up and sit down. Like y'all done stealing shit. So now, like, don't say that you're being persecuted because y'all persecuted everybody else. So when she was like, when she, and it really got under my skin when like literally that line, like the pagan mythology. I'm like, oh, I wanted to reach into the TV and be like, listen, lady, we're gonna sit down and have a conversation about this.
I don't know.
You and your King James Bible.
I don't know who pissed me off more. Her or the biker guy, the one that brought the student, which was super fucking weird. I don't understand that at all. You're telling me that a student is just like hanging out with her professor like that?
Well, that's a whole sexual relationship going on.
Oh, yeah. That's what I assumed. But
this is supposed to be the story of a person telling basically the general population of the world. Bixby grabbed basically all the people, the different type of stereotypes of the people around the world, around the United States rather, and said, let me put all the different stereotypes of different people into one room and make them question this guy. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
He grabbed the stereotypical macho man, which is the biker dude, the intellectual psychologist, which is the one that is very much like the East Coast, very Harvard uppity person.
That's the old man, right?
Yeah, that's the old man. Then Tony Todd, which is the liberal, very questioning, yet also very reserved.
Also very accepting to a certain degree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have the extreme, religious person, which is embodied by that woman. Then you have the naivety of the the teenage girl or the college girl that's in there as well, that doesn't really grasp the concepts but also loves the underlying theme of it, which is very fascinating too. And then you have the one that has an infatuation with the main character is supposed to represent the nurturing one, the one that the female embodiment of general population that would accept things and nurture the person rather than reject the person. And then you cap it off with the cynic, the one that is cynical about it, but is understanding and allowing to a certain extent, yet questioning everything.
Yeah.
And sitting there and actually listening to everything. So that embodies everything. That embodies every single person that's going to watch this film. We could identify with one of these characters at least, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Which that's the masterfulness of this film, is that it puts you in the film. That was the first question you asked, Branden. What would you do if you're in this room?
I think definitely when he first starts, I'd be like, bro, you're yanking my chain, like you're bullshitting me, right? But then
they all did.
But when you start asking him questions and he literally doesn't hesitate with an answer, then you're like, huh. Dad, go ahead, William.
I'm sorry, I was scrolling through news. Carol Spinney just passed away.
No shit. Oh my god.
Carol Spinney. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good.
Carol Spinney, the legendary puppeteer behind beloved Sesame Street characters Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch, died today, December 8th, 2019, at age 85 at his home in Connecticut after living with dystonia for some time. I hope I pronounced that right. Since 1969, this is coming straight out of the Sesame Street page. Since 1969, Carol's kind and loving view of the world helped shape and define Sesame Street. His enormous talent and outsized heart were perfectly suited for playing the larger-than-life yellow bird, who brought joy to countless fans of all ages around the world. And his lovable, I'm going to butcher this word, Cantankerous?
I have no idea.
Grouch gave us all permission to be cranky once in a while. In these characters, Carol Spinney gave something truly special to the world. With deepest admiration, Sesame Workshop is proud to carry his legacy and his beloved characters into the future. Our hearts go out to the beloved wife, Deborah, and all of his children and grandchildren. We will miss him dearly.
He's a very gentle soul, too. Like, I got a chance to speak with him at Dragon Con last year, and he's incredible. I'm lucky enough to have met him before this, and we're going to definitely be missing a great addition to film history.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Anyway.
But that going back to the film, I think that honestly, I love the concept because you're able to kind of wonder about these people that say these things publicly, yet we don't believe them.
True.
So what happens if it is true? What happens?
It's one of those like age-old questions. Like back in the time, we had people that says like, "I talked to God, and here's 2 tablets to show that proof that I talked to God." And people were like, "We're gonna follow you till the end of our days." You know, and people are like, "I talked to God, and He's freeing us, and we're gonna run away from Egypt. We're gonna follow you in the desert for 40 years." Now it's like, "I talked to God. You're going to an asylum." Like, you know, like it's we've become so skeptical, we've become so
cynical
that it's like, what if, you know, people are like, "Oh, the second coming of Christ." Like, what if the second coming of Christ happened, but the guy was like, "I am the second coming of Christ." I'm not talking about like those religious nuts, mind you. I'm not saying that those were the second coming of Christ, but somebody out there is literally like, let's say that Christ
preaching the
was
word
real, and he come back and he's preaching the word, and people are like, "Nah, you're not." And then what? You know what I mean? It's like you have to prove to us that you are Christ, and it's everything. Whereas back then it was like, "I'm the son of God. All right, I'm gonna follow you. That's cool."
I think it's fascinating that we are so skeptical now, because with this age of information and everything, we could tell you whether this is bullshit or not by proving certain things. You know, just genetically testing a person, you could tell whether they're this, that, or the other. You know, and the thing is, though, is if they're preaching, quote unquote, I'm going to use that in quotations, if they're preaching good messages, who gives a fuck if they're the son of God or they're some crazy hobo in the middle of the street? If they're saying love your neighbor, why the fuck don't you listen to that message?
Yeah.
Which is what he was talking. That this is the core of this message of the film, is that why the fuck do we need to be called a messiah to show and reveal to the world a message of positivity and a message of faith, but faith in humanity, not a single person? How about we just have a faith in goodness, and have faith to talk amongst each others and help each other? Stop closing the door behind you when there's somebody walking right behind you. Open that door up, metaphorically and physically. Like, we've become the society that we close doors right behind us, literally and freaking metaphorically. Like, we don't help each other out anymore, and that's what this film is about. It's the concepts are there. You have to reach out and help each other. Stop trying to antagonize each other. Stop trying to that. Think of it as the Buddhist method, that it's just about acceptance of everybody and anything. Why should we be fighting each other about our differences and embrace our differences and accept each other for our differences? Which that's what he says religion should be about. That's what he intended it for be. And then they took it as a control method, which is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about this film, is that you're able to talk about these amazing concepts and bring it into something that you could watch for an hour and a half and sit and not preach, but enjoy this concept and have these conversations for years afterwards. I watched this for the first time maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I was floored. Literally, my mouth was like on the floor. Like, it reminded me of my childhood watching 2001 Space Odyssey, watching movies that made me question existence from beginning to end. And I love that.
I feel like I don't know. There were parts of this movie that I honestly felt like I had seen before. Like, there were times where I'm like, I know what's coming up, but then I'm like, I don't ever remember seeing this movie. It was weird because it's like, yeah, like, have you ever seen those movies where you're like,
Yeah.
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember seeing it. But it, like, I know, like, I don't remember how I didn't remember how it ended. But there were parts where I was like, he's gonna talk about this and he's gonna bring that, and they're gonna and the couch thing. When people were bringing stuff out of the house, I'm like, the couch stays, like, in my mind. And then later he's like, oh no, I think I'm gonna keep the couch. I'm like, how the fuck did I know that? Like, I don't know, but it was weird. I don't know. Just a moment. Meds are fun.
Honestly, I think it's a really cool concept. Just like, I wish I was one of those people. I wish I was in that situation, because honestly, being in a room all day and talking with somebody that claims that they're 14,000 years old sounds like something super interesting.
Right?
I enjoyed it a lot more than watching the Left Behind series, to be honest. Because I know, like, the Left Behind is also very, like, you know, they touch. It's more like religion based than this was, but it's still kind of like around the whole, like, the, you know, faith and everything. But I enjoyed this a lot better. And I'm not talking about the Nicolas Cage version. I'm talking about the original version with Kirk Cameron, because we don't talk about the Nicolas Cage version.
And we don't talk about Kirk Cameron. Ugh.
Oh.
So I would give this movie an 8.5. I was very pleasantly surprised, even though at the beginning I was like, "What the fuck is this, like, Hallmark shit that I'm watching?"
What is this Hallmark shit?
Yeah, like, dude, the
opening music is pretty bad.
yeah, everything. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, super low budget, but then, like, the concept is just really interesting, and I was completely engrossed. After like 5-10 minutes, I was like, this is really cool, and I would strongly recommend it to anybody.
William, how about you?
I give it
A sit.
I'm like okay. From
No, be
my
honest.
perspective and how I enjoyed it, I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay.
But the movie theme and, like, everything that they cover and they talk about and whatnot, I'd probably give it a good 7.5.
Okay.
Okay. And this one's streaming on Amazon Prime, and so is the sequel. The Hollow Scene is streaming on Amazon Prime as well.
Yes. Which that one was also put on the Pirate Bay by the creators of the film.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, this one I would give a 9.5, but the sequel I would probably give like a 6.5, 7.
Okay.
There's a huge drop off between.
Okay. All right, guys. So stay tuned at this quick break when we come at you, not live, never live, with the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. Alright guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, Never Live, the individual reviews. William is going to be going first.
I am going to be going first, and
Let's bring the spirits up.
right, let me bring the spirits up. Now, you're kind of like, it's a toss-up, because I was going to do Dollface, but come to think of it, which is streaming on Hulu, really good, really great cast. It's only like 10 episodes, so not even, and they're like, maybe I think like a half hour each. The two main ones that I like in it are Kat Dennings, who is from Two Broke Girls.
She was also on Thor way back when.
And she was also in Thor, and then Brenda Song is also in it. So if you have a chance, check that out. But I actually stumbled, and I know I'm going Disney Plus here, but stay with me on this one. There's a show called Encore.
Oh, I think, wait.
Like the channel?
No, well, it's spelled like the channel, but it's not the channel. It's a show. And
this one.
Kristen Bell is the host, and the the uh, the theme is very easy. They find these. Uh, okay, so imagine you were in a play in high school, right? And it was a good play, and about anywhere between 15, 20, 30 years later, you are contacted to get together with the same people that were in the play with you, and you redo the play.
Interesting.
It's a one, but you only have a week to put it all together.
What the fuck?
Interesting.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, it's not just them. They have like this off-Broadway director that comes in, and there's they have professional people that come and help set everything up and whatnot. But basically, you're reconnecting with high school people. You're redoing the role that you had. Like the ones that they have is there's Beauty and the Beast, there's Grease, there's Annie Get Your Gun. And there's one more that I can't remember what it was, but like it's those kind of plays. And if you were cast as Mrs. Potts back in then, you get to you have to be Mrs. Potts. The costumes are great. I think that they're like rented from somewhere, but like it comes out. But you have like a week, and you see these people, which now as the show goes on, or as the episode goes on. Like you can see that they connect well and they're friends. But back then, it's in high school. You don't bare your soul out to your, to everybody in high school, whether you're in a play or not. This one guy just completely opens up, and he was like, I was an outcast in high school because my mom decided when I was like 2 or 3 years old that she didn't want me, and just like up and left and just disappeared. And I was just left there. And he never opened up to anybody about it, and people were like, holy crap. But it's good, it's fun, because it makes you think, especially if you're into drama, if you're into theater, if you like musicals. You're like,
I really don't like musicals.
I know you don't like musicals. I'm like, you're like, if I was in a play, I wonder if, going back now, if I would do something different. How would I fit in a costume? How would I look? It was good. Like, it was like, it started with, hey, let's check this one episode out. And we watched like 3. So, and there's like 2 more to go. It's only like 5 episodes. It's very nice. It's fun because one of them comes together very well. The other one is kind of a disaster. And you have to remember, not everybody can sing throughout their lives, but yet they still have to go back and sing their parts. So it's like, oh, okay. But my favorite one was Beauty and the Beast one, because it was a little bit of a dumpster fire, but it comes together. It was kind of like our show, a little bit of a dumpster fire, but it came together nicely at the end. So yeah, it was like, it was fun. And like I said, each episode is only about like 45 to 50 minutes. It's not like it's a full length movie. So if you're into theater, if you ever thought about, hey, back in high school, I was this, I wonder how, check this out. Maybe you can figure out a way to get a hold of them and see if season 2 comes out, you can be on the show. I know I wasn't in any musicals in high school, so I don't have that thing. I wish I did. I wish I was, but I was more always like, I want to be behind a camera.
Louis, what musical were you in? Because you were just laughing like you were been in a musical.
It wasn't. Well, yeah, it was a musical.
Wait. Thank you, Branden.
I gotcha.
God damn it.
Louis, what musical were you in high school?
I'm staring at the microphone.
Come on, spit it out. What musical?
Samara just busted through the door.
Dude, just kicks the door down.
Like, what was this? What was it?
Rent?
Really?
What was your role?
Oh, I was just an extra, but I didn't have a singing role. No.
Rent.
And as a kid, I was in Aladdin.
Extra, though. As a kid, he was in Aladdin. Who were you in Aladdin? The carpet?
I did a bunch of roles.
You were Abu?
I know a bunch of different roles and stuff like that, and also Titanic.
Oh, I remember! You were in the boat!
Yeah.
Holy shit, I remember
You were
seeing
in the
that
boat.
when I was a kid! You were the guy that was rowing the boat when they were picking up the
Yeah.
people in the water.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Is that why you don't like musical? Because you had like a bad experience or something? Like
No, not at all. It's just not my cup of tea. It's really not my cup of tea. Brandon's mind is blown.
Dude, I didn't remember that until right now. And when you said I was on Titanic, I just had flashbacks of you just like on the tip of the boat rowing, and I'm like, holy shit! God.
Yeah, I have pictures.
Oh,
still.
dude, send them to me. Please. Okay.
William and Brandon are like, what the fuck?
Oh god, that made my
at
day.
least you were the old woman that throws the rock into the water.
Right.
Oh my god. All right.
So Encore, it's on Disney Plus. We're gonna move on.
Totally fucking hijacked that.
I mean, I'm glad that you did because like Brandon said, like, oh, there's a story.
Oh yeah, I
behind
heard him laugh
Um,
like, and I'm like, there's something here, bro. What's going on?
God
I
damn
give
it,
like a
Brandon.
good 7.5, 8 out of 10. I was entertained. It's funny. There are times where I wish that something I did in high school, I could go back and see how all my old high school people I lost touch with are doing, and I don't know. I think that for theater people, it will be interesting and it will be something. But check it out, Disney Plus, Encore.
Okay.
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 Lewis, what you got for
I'm
us?
dying.
So mine is the latest Noah Baumbach film, which, if you don't know who Noah Baumbach is, he directed The Squid and the Whale and wrote it. Francis Ha, a couple other films, Greenberg,
His last name sounds like Bonbon.
Mr.
Meyerowitz.
Bombastic.
The Meyerowitz story. So he's very much New York centric, very much like a Woody Allen-esque when it comes to that he loves and completely worships the city of New York. And this stars Scarlett Johansson, Adam Driver,
Oh,
Laura
this is the new
Laura
one
Dern. Yep.
on Netflix, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It also has Laura Dern, Ray Liotta, Wallace Shawn, and so many more great actors.
Wait, what's the name of this movie?
Marriage Story.
Okay, not what I thought. Never mind.
It literally came out this last week, like 2 days ago. And this is an incredible story, but it feels like this is a very personal story to Noah Baumbach. It makes you cry. Like, if you've ever been, like, I don't know if everybody here knows, but in audience wise, I was married, went through a divorce, all that stuff, and that's what this story is about. It's the process of going through a divorce, but in this case, it had a kid involved, and the whole story revolves around Scarlett Johansson is an actress in New York for a theater company, ironically, and Adam Driver is the director of this theater company. And Scarlett Johansson used to be an actress in Hollywood.
Jesus. Okay, so Adam Driver is the director?
Yes, Adam Driver is the director of the what do you call it, the theater company, and what do you call it? He chose Scarlett Johansson, which was an actress before, and Hollywood, and grabbed her and took her to New York. Not in kidnapping way or anything. Like, they actually got married, they fell in love, all that stuff. But Adam Driver's character is a very controlling person. And the fascinating part of this film, though, is that it goes into the points of view of both of them. Like, it allows you to hear the perspective of Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver during the process of the divorce.
Okay.
I love how you're able to see both sides of this. I would probably say it's the point of view of the kid, because the way that the story is told, it's mostly about the whole divorce process, because Scarlett Johansson decides to move to LA temporarily, quote unquote, and takes the kid with her, and then suddenly decides to file for a divorce when she gets there. And that sets off all the things in motion that this film captures. But anybody that's been through a divorce, both either as a kid or in their, adult life, then you will appreciate this film, and it will give you the feels. Like, there's certain parts of this that both actors, they do a fucking phenomenal performance. There's a scene where Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver have that it's breathtaking. Like, if they are not up for awards in this film, I am going to be completely done with the fucking Academy Awards, because this is probably one of the best interactions I've ever seen.
Did this movie come out in theaters?
Yes, it came out in theaters for like a week or so. It was a limited release. It's a Netflix original film.
Gotcha.
But my God, that performance, dude. It's a fight between Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. That hit home to me so much. Like, it's just perfection, dude. It's just perfection. The whole film, it's very well done. Well written, well directed. The pacing is perfect. There's nothing in this film that's fat, that needs to get cut. It's just perfect. Every moment of it. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, but
holy shit, that is long.
Worth it. It is well worth it.
No. What I mean by that is, like, I didn't expect a movie like this to be 2.5 hours. You get me?
It's trying to give you the sense of the divorce process, which you have to do. And you can't do that in an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's just not possible.
Gotcha.
And this does a very well job. It will make you feel all the emotions that these characters are going through. It will put you in that world, and it gives you that perspective of, you have to remember, guys, when you're going through a divorce and you have a kid, the kid is the priority. Not your personal bullshit, not your personal vendettas, all that stuff. The kid is the one that's the priority, and this film highlights that.
Okay. So what did you give it? Did you give it a rating or no?
It's a film that I want to watch again before I want to give it an official rating. For now, I would probably give it an 8.5, but I have a feeling that it's going to go higher if I watch it again.
Okay.
This is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year.
Wow.
This is in the top 5 of best movies of the year for me.
Wow. Okay.
It's one of the most moving movies I've seen this year for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, it's written and directed by Noah Baumbach. So this is like a personal. You could tell it's a personal story for him.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go on a much more lighthearted note.
Hopefully.
No, it is. We're going back to Disney Plus. I'm sorry. So, I am finally kind of going through the dark ages, as I like to call, with me personally, in the Pixar and Disney movie list, where I just stopped watching them for some odd reason. And the other day, my girlfriend's like, "Hey, let's watch Monsters University. I've never seen it." And I'm like, "Me either. Let's watch it." So I watched Monsters University, and I guess William doesn't like it.
Oh no, it wasn't like I don't know. Between that and Monsters Inc., I would definitely always go Monsters.
Oh,
Inc. It was good.
Same.
It was decent. But...
Same. Let's get that right off the bat. Monsters Inc. is a phenomenal movie, and it is much, much better than Monsters University. But that is not to say that Monsters University is not a fun, cute film. And I think it's good. I think it's a good, it is a sequel, but it's technically a prequel. So it's a fun prequel, and it's a good movie. So the movie basically is about how Sully and Mike meet in college when they're both going to the scare, they're trying to get a scare degree. And they get into a fight, they break this canister, and basically they make a bet with the dean of the school that if they can win this scare competition, they'll be let back into the school, and if they don't win it, then they will both be expelled. Have you seen it, Lewis?
I saw half of it and I turned it off.
Why was that?
I just got bored.
You got bored. Okay. Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I love Monsters
Okay,
Inc.
yeah, that's what
like
I was about.
Monsters Inc. to me is fucking glorious, but this just felt like a straight-to-video sequel type of thing.
I wouldn't go that far. It was cute to see. It was nice and cute to see how they both meet and like their relationship, that they both don't like each other, and some of the characters are really likable, like the fraternity that they join, Uzma Kai, I think it is called, with the I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie, but it definitely does not compare to the original. And I think the reason that it does not compare to the original is because of Boo is not in the film, and I think Boo is one of the shining factors in Monsters Inc. But,
not only that, I just felt like it had better story overall.
Yeah, for sure. Also, it's cool to see how like Randall turns into such a douche nozzle in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Something that's good about this film, the animation is much better because, of course, this movie came out. What year did this come?
Yeah, that's questionable.
You think?
Yeah.
Than the original.
Than the original? Yeah. I like the animation better of Monsters Inc.
Okay. This movie came out 12 years after the original. Definitely. So technology has gotten better. They can do. I don't know. I like Monsters Inc. and I like the animation, but I think that, of course, because of technology, this movie looks better. Some of the monsters look really real. Like they look like when they're furry, they look furry, and it's. I know that they do in the original too, but they just. I don't know. It just looks better in this movie, in my opinion. I know you disagree with me, but whatever. Fuck you.
No, I like the animation style of Monsters Inc. better. I don't know.
Okay. Again, it was a cute movie. It was something that I didn't care for before watching, and then when I watched it, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was like, "This is cute." Definitely, Monsters Inc. is a much better movie still. So if you're curious to see, how Mike and Sully met and all that stuff, and I also do think that they portray the life of a university student really. It feels real.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think that they portray very well. Of course, for children, they dumb it down a little bit for children, but you have your fraternities and your sororities and how crazy university life can be and all that stuff. So, if you want,
if you want to watch that, just watch Animal House. You can show that to the kids.
Fuck off. So if you want more Monsters Inc., but know what you're getting into, it's not as good, then watch Monsters University. It's streaming on Disney Plus. I'll give it an 8, like a
really
flat 8. I give Monsters Inc. like a 9.5, 10. I love that movie. That movie's glorious.
Oh, William, how about you? What do you think?
I like.
Wow.
I mean, it was
thunderous voice.
I know, right? I like prequel movies, especially because as the movie goes along, I like seeing, oh, okay, I see where this is going. I see where this is touching base on. I enjoyed it. I think it was one of the better. We didn't ask for it, but we still got it. Sequels that Disney gave us.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But the fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's the original voice actors as well. Mm-hmm. It's Goodman and
what's this guy here?
what? My God, Mike Sully is
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski, Mike Sully.
Billy
Wow.
Crystal.
Billy Crystal. I'm like, I could picture his face. I couldn't think of his name. Billy Crystal. And I always also enjoy it when you get the original voice actors back, or even the actors if it's like an live action movie.
Mike Wazowski as a little kid is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God!
In the
it really
in the beginning of the movie,
but
oh my God, he is so cute. But yeah.
And then now we have Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's like Baby Yoda, but with 2 eyes and ears.
It's a wild time to be alive, folks. It's wild.
I want to see
really
a baby Chewbacca.
Oh my god. It's like a little fur
It's
ball.
out there. Dude, did you not see the Christmas special?
No,
Not that one.
He means like a baby, not a kid.
No, I know.
Baby. Yeah.
Did you see the baby Jabba the Hutt?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so stupid. There's one of baby Chewbacca too that's going around too. That's why I brought it up. I was like,
I enjoyed it. I mean, I would probably give it like a good 8 out of 10.
Really?
More like on the it was like enjoyable. It was it's an underdog story,
Yeah,
obviously.
those are always nice.
So I'm going to enjoy it because I like the underdogs. No, I'm not going to cosplay the old man that's part of the fraternity.
Ah, come on, man. Come on.
maybe I gotta watch this movie again.
I do love how the mom brings them to the factory, and she's like, "Now, mommy's gonna listen to her
And
tunes."
it's just metal.
And they close the door, and it's like metal music, and she's just sitting there, like, "Yep," just like it's like, "Oh my god, that is great."
Oh god.
It's like they look up to these scare actors, and and cheating doesn't get you anywhere. It's a good, wholesome family message and movie. So yeah, I think, to be honest, I enjoyed it more than watching Toy Story 4.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Toy Story 4. Yeah. I liked it. But if somebody was like, "Do you want to watch Toy Story 4 again, or do you want to watch Monsters University again?" I would probably go with Monster University. I don't know why.
I might have to watch this again.
Give it another chance. Yeah. You may come up a couple point, or maybe half a point, or whatever. But
hopefully,
hey, with you, half a point is like holy shit. All right,
I give this one a 2 out of 10.
Oh my god,
for me.
Bro!
Wow.
Jesus
yeah,
fucking
like this
okay.
bro, what the hell's wrong with you?
Like I really didn't enjoy it.
Watch it again with the girlfriend, and you'll probably come back with like maybe a 4, possibly a 5.
Yeah, that'd be a change. A wholesome movie.
Hey, I got you to change your mind with a musical. Who knows? I can maybe get you to change your mind with,
Like I said, I gotta watch this one more time because it's been a hot minute. And when I first watched this, it was when it first came out, and I wasn't in the right mindset for it. I guess, but
okay.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
I'll give it another shot.
Alrighty.
So, Branden, what are we watching next?
So, we're in December. We're in the, it's the holidays. Everyone's in a nice mood, and we haven't done a holiday.
Humbug.
Oh, we haven't done it.
Hey, we did a holiday movie. This is considered a holiday movie.
Oh,
what
dude,
is?
Don't get into that. You're gonna spoil the movie.
Man from Earth.
No, we're not gonna get into that because we'll talk about.
No. That's not a holiday movie. That is a. If anything, it's a religious movie because it covers a lot of the religious parts.
But so we haven't technically watched a Christmas movie or whatnot. So I've been.
Are we watching Die Hard? Because that'd be great.
He sounds so fucking rude, just yawning at me.
Sorry.
So I've heard really good things about this movie. It's streaming on Netflix, and that is Claws, the animated movie that is on Netflix. So that's my pick.
All right, so we'll be watching Claws on Netflix.
Don't sound so excited, you fuck. As always, if you enjoyed our
okay, I'm putting in Claus movie, but it's coming in the Santa Claus.
No, it's Claus with a K. Klause.
Klaus.
Or Klaus. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Klaus.
It's German, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch this movie, so now I have
perfect. Me too. Nah, that's why I brought it up. So, of course, if you enjoyed our show, listen to our other stuff. We got Madman with a Mic, which is my cousin whenever the hell he wants to do that and rant about something. We got Candlelit Blowjobs. That's my cousin and myself. We talk about really random shit. We have a episode that dropped sometime very recently. I don't know when, because my cousin takes...
Thanksgiving.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thanksgiving. We got Cellar Door, which is all Lord of the Rings, Lewis's baby.
Yes.
We got Wizarding World with William Phoenix, which is William's baby, all about the hairy pototos in the world.
Okay.
As always, go to our website, manbitesfilm.com, our sister site, diverselygeek.org, and our brother from another mother, John, over on YouTube, Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Brandon.
William.
Thank you, Brandon. You got all my names right. You never called me by the other name.
He
Congratulations.
did
I
at the
did at the
beginning.
beginning, but that was a joke.
Well, no, because you said like the dankest of the dank. He's always
Yeah,
said
I've always
that.
said that.
That's been a
As
thing.
always, I'm Brandon, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Man Bites Film.
Yeah.
Cue the drums
Ta-da.
one final time.